Prince William, and Princess Kate's major titles that were nearly given to other royals. Prior to their wedding, Prince Edward and his wife, Sophie, the current Duchess of Edinburgh, were first offered Prince William and Princess Kate's previous titles, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. However, a courtier at the palace claimed that Prince Edward had his heart set on a different title. Welcome to Royal Pancakes. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell, so you don't miss any news about the British monarchy. Prince Edward was going to be the Duke of Cambridge, but he watched the film Shakespeare in Love, which had a character called the Earl of Wessex, a courtier told the Telegraph in 2010. He asked the Queen if he may have that instead since he thought it sounded good. Many were shocked to hear the news because, according to custom, the Queen's youngest son would inherit a duchy after marriage, exactly like his older siblings. He was the first royal son to become an earl since the Tudor era. Prince William and Kate, on the other hand, were stylized as the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge upon their marriage in 2011. In 1993, while Sophie Rhys-Jones was employed as a public relations executive, she met Prince Edward at a charity function held at London's Queen's Tennis Club. Their love took off after what was reportedly their first date, a tennis match and dinner at Buckingham Palace. January 6, 1999, the couple's announcement of their engagement came 6 years later. Edward, the youngest son of the late Queen, became Earl of Wessex after marrying Sophie on June 19, 1999, rather than receiving a dukedom. As a result, Sophie was made Countess of Wessex. When Edward and Sophie became the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh last year, their titles did indeed change once more. In commemoration of his late father, Prince Philip, Edward was made Duke of Edinburgh on his 59th birthday back in March, making Sophie the Duchess of Edinburgh. James, the son of Duchess Sophie and Prince Edward, became the new Earl of Wessex after being granted the title of Viscount Severn in line with Edward's earldom. For the remainder of his life, Edward will be the Duke of Edinburgh, but the title will no longer come from his family. This implies that James won't inherit it after his death. This implies that one of the Prince and Princess of Wales's future offspring may inherit the title, with Prince Louis being the most likely contender. Express.co.uk asked readers in a poll that aired in January 2023, should Prince Edward be given the Duke of Edinburgh title? The vast majority of readers, 10,781 in total, who responded yes -94% of them, or 10,087, in favour of Edward being made Duke of Edinburgh. Prince Edward announced that he was taking the position with a degree of trepidation, and he will lead an elite infantry regiment that participated in the Battle of Waterloo. The 60-year-old Duke of Edinburgh will succeed the 88-year-old Duke of Kent, who was appointed in 1974 following a 21-year military career. Prince Edward's choice to leave the Royal Marines after only 4 months of training is sure to cause some discussion. He has been selected by King Charles to become the Colonel of the Scots Guards, and the ceremony will take place in London today. Prince Edward, the younger brother of King Charles, has avoided receiving military favours since graduating from the Royal Marines in 1987. At the time, there were rumours that his mother, the late Queen Elizabeth II, was upset that he had chosen the performing arts over military duty. However, defence sources have attested to Edward's eligibility for this appointment, which is the most recent of several high-level positions he has assumed since his brother was crowned king. In 1987, an officer remarked, "Edward was our insurance policy," alluding to the prince's potential significance as a protector against Ministry of Defence budget cuts. The palace stated that the decision to discontinue his training was made after much consideration. With deep grief, he was departing, but he had come to the decision that he did not want to pursue the service as his full-time job. It will likely be some time before he makes an announcement regarding his future plans. The prince was observed packing up his Rover Vitesse, and driving away from the Devon barracks. At the camp gates, his commander, Colonel Ian Moore, informed reporters that the palace had made its choice for very honourable reasons. Let me emphasize that he was progressing nicely in his training. His teachers all had a lot of time for him, and appreciated him. He possessed all the physical capabilities necessary to successfully finish his training.